Um, Once upon a time, I used to work as I guess, kind of a leather salesman or tradesman. Um, I sold Bayou leather, and there's really only one way to find leather out on the Bayou, and that's to, um, well, gator wrestle. It's not kind of frowned on nowadays, but back in my time, you would go out and you would wrestle yourself a nice little gator, and then you can eat it or keep it as a pet. Some people used to keep it as a pet, but um, you can shave them and use the skin um, as a leather. You can just tan it, leatherize it. So I'm just trying to draw where I used to reside in, but there's a reason why I had to stop, you know, leather making, because it was a pretty good deal that we had going on, and if it wouldn't have been for whatever the hell, I guess, crept into our swamp, it probably still would be out there selling leather to this day. But um, yeah, it was happened over the fall one year. All of a sudden, all the gators started getting very frisky. Or at least, they're friskier than normal. And we, us in the leather making community, we got really concerned, and we hired, someone to come out and investigate, somebody that was a specialist in gators and swamp um, perils. And this guy came out, and in about a week, he went missing. And he was a world-renowned gator specialist. And we're wondering, did he have any enemies or something? Why would he go missing, right? And it's people just don't go missing out on the bayou, you, unless you piss someone off and then they fed you to a gator or whatnot. But we don't think this guy pissed anyone off, and as a result was fed to a gator. We don't think that. Again, we hired him to come find out, but so we found somebody else from a local college to come investigate, what was going on in the swamp, and then they went missing too. But they went missing about like 2 days after they had arrived, and at which point I already started looking to see if I should be moving out of my swamp cabin. Um, but like I said, I mean, gator leather trading it was very lucrative back then, and it's a damn shame, what happened. But after this guy went missing, then we had to, I guess, contact the authorities and see, what was going on. They found evidence of, like, I guess, a struggle or something having happened, and immediately started questioning us. And we're like, why would we do anything, right, to these guys? And well, as it turns out, there had been some folk that had moved in a few months prior, and they were into some some dark stuff that we didn't, we never knew. We're just gator traders. And as gator traders, we don't, you don't trade in the dark stuff. You only trade in gators. And I guess they were trying to summon their boss or something like that, and they needed like human spleens, and it was horrible. I guess they got that. They got like one anthropologist, a dentist, and a philanthropist, and it was absolutely horrible what happened to these people. But they eventually tried to find out, where they had gone missing and who had actually kind of done it. So they staked out this one log cabin, and they noticed that they had like the most fauna around their house for some reason. And fauna is always a bad thing. I don't like fauna. You ever seen fauna? It's not a good thing. And so they launched an investigation as to, why did they have so much fauna around their house? Because fauna is kind of a dead giveaway that you're up to no good. So, they started to follow one of the residents of the cabin as he, would leave, and sure enough, like, yeah, they would go out and try to find a fellow gator hunter, and they would wrangle them and skin them, and it was horrible. It was like, whoa, how can you do to us what we do to gators? But it was like, that's what they were into. That's what they wanted to do. And apparently they had a license to do so. We're like, what do you mean you have a license to do that? They're like, yep. Sure enough, and that's what the game warden said. He's like, yeah, they have license to skin at least 2 to 3 gator hunters a year. What do you mean skin 2 to 3 gator hunters? He's like, yeah, that's right. So if you're out there hunting gators, they can hunt you. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't think that's legal at all. Like, well, it's legal in this particular county. And we were like, well, what about all the other, summoning rituals and stuff? Well, that's protected by the First Amendment. We're not going to throw someone in jail because they're practicing witchcraft and sacrificing people. They're within their rights to sacrifice people. It's protected under the First Amendment. Like, that's not right. So we try to, get some subpoenas, and we try to get a judge involved and all of that. But nope, sure enough, yeah, they were well within their rights to go out there and, worship whoever they wanted out there. And they used to leave these creepy kind of dolls just hanging around on the trees all the time, and it wasn't really the most satisfying thing to see. But if people's beliefs, those are people's beliefs. And after a while, we realized, you know what, these guys are just like us. So what if they used to only kind of go after the really rude gator hunters, the ones that would kind of take your spot, or park their boat up river from you to see if they can get whatever you want. And these I think they were into voodoo or something, but they were all right. They were all right, because it's a tough world out there, and if you know how to. Oh, thank you. like a really random Picasso. Appreciate you. But Yeah, and I think, oh, don't they also have like little bottles too that come out? Don't ever touch the bottle. That's one thing for sure. If you ever see bottles out, never mess with a bottle. That is for sure. But I miss the swamp though. I miss it. If it wouldn't have been for those people that moved in, because eventually, um, yeah, they ate all my friends, and I couldn't, just couldn't be out there on the bayou anymore. You know, you don't know if you're gonna be next or not, and um, yep, I miss the swamp. Anyway, usually the dumb story inspires me. Um, Let me see here. Uh, but yeah, I used to see swamp monsters all the time. Those are 100% real. Um, they would come up and they would always try to ask you about your finances and stuff, and you'd be like, "What are you talking about, dude?" And yeah, they're made out of like dead grass and logs and stuff. It's almost like sentient shrubbery. Those are swamp creatures. They're real, and they'll spring up. And one of them gave me horrible, horrible stock advice one time. Absolutely horrible stock advice. I lost like $700. I don't listen to any kind of swamp creature that comes up out of you know, the dark, murky water. It just doesn't go well. I think most people will listen to any kind of financial advice, especially if it's random and from some kind of cryptid. But what would a swamp creature know about the Dow Jones Industrial? That's what I asked him. And it was like, well, what do you know about it? I was like, I don't know anything about it. But he was a very persuasive swamp creature. And I think it was probably part of some kind of pump and dump scheme. And probably has I'll do a little kind of, but they'll come up out of nowhere, and there's just kind of like a weird, kind of made out of foliage pretty much, and they'll just kind of creep up on you and just stare at you from the distance until you listen to its financial advice. And it's like, it's not good advice. You're a swamp creature. What do you know about? But they're insistent, very insistent. I don't like this boat right now. Sorry, I'm gonna have to do a thing. But I lost several wives to the swamp, and it wasn't to any kind of creature. It was quicksand. Always quicksand, man. Quicksand is it's the slow killer. It one moment you think you're good, and then next thing you know, you're just slowly sinking away. And man, it's if it wouldn't have been for quicksand, I'd still be married. That's for sure. But I wish they would outlaw quicksand, but apparently it's still allowed in several states. I don't understand how, though. I think it's a hazard. Um, we're trying to make it scary. Uh, yeah, but that's what all swamps are. Swamps are just scary. That's kind of why I started this stream. I want to see if we can outlaw swamps in general and just make more parking lots. I think that's really what this world is missing. It's more parking lots. I've already signed several petitions to tear down the rainforest. Rainforest is just one big swamp, and imagine how many people have lost their wives in the rainforest, right? And when are we going to finally put a stop to it? So yeah, this is very much to raise awareness against swamps. and swamp creatures and swamp cryptids, and definitely need more parking lots. Let's just make underground parking lots or something, man. You can't. The whole street parking thing is ridiculous. And it just invites people to break into your car like it's a thing. Um, but is anybody here into Wicker Man? Oh, I love a go to Wicker Man, kind of hanging out, and those are always nice. And then I think we would, what's a swamp without a swamp lady, right? Definitely have to have a swamp lady that stares at you, right, while you're fishing or some shit. Uh, ghosts are real. Swamp monsters are real. Parking lots are real. Sorry, parking lots aren't real. Who wakes up? Like every parking lot's always full. They're the ones you pay for. Who's waking up and filling it up? That's a conspiracy. It's like the people that wake up early just to cause traffic. There are a group of people. This is true. There's a group of people. They're like part of some kind of secret society, and they wake up early and they go out and they drive slow and they cause traffic every single day on purpose. And it's so people waste gas for the gas companies. And this is why I've been shadow banned on YouTube, because I say stuff like this. And this is true. A true story. Hashtag paranormal. And at the end of the day, I'm just trying to raise awareness on, cryptids and swamp monsters and parking lots and price of honey. Price of honey is going to jump up, so you better stock up. You better stock up right now. Next chance you get, go to the market, buy all the honey you can get. It's going to be a massive shortage of honey in the next 6 to 7 years. And if you don't have any honey in your home, it's going to be over. But yeah, so this is why I had to move out of the swamp. This picture right here, people started hanging creepy shit all over my house. And there was a swamp thing, kept giving me bad financial advice. Some creepy ghost lady, because there's always a creepy. Yeah, price of honey is going to be shooting up at least 37 to 38.9% in the next 7 to 8 years. And I already have a large stronghold of honey as it is, just in case for such an event. What I usually do is I'll hold the queen bee hostage, and then I'll make her subjects work for me. And then I'll have them dance for me, and the one who dances the least gets executed. Oh, hello, green greetings to you. Happy 420. Yes, thank you. That's what we're trying to do. But I've been shadow banned. Sorry, poor. It's not funny. But I've been shadow banned. I've been shadow banned several times this year, and some people keep saying like I'm being shadow banned by shadow people. Dark forces out there that creep in the night and bite your feet. And I don't think it's right to be just shadow banned all the time. And when I'm just trying to, last time I was shadow banned, I was talking about using water for gasoline and stuff like that, and I learned that from El Sasquatch, who is a interdimensional being that teaches you how to make water or turn water into gasoline. This is a true story. And I got shadow banned, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. I think I filled this up with as much nonsense as I could, in both aspects, the story and the image. Is that it? I think, can I put, let me see what I can do here. This is one of the many creatures that may or may not have eaten one of my wives. I had a lot of wives back then. I used to be such a good looker. But some people said no, it's a catfish. I'm like, a catfish isn't long, silky, and eel-like. It's not. There ain't no catfish. But after this thing swallowed up my wife, my fifth wife, finally said I had it. I'm moving out of the swamp. There's too much creepy shit going on. And yeah, that was a true story, people. 100% true story. It's been verified by the Guinness Book of World Records. The Smithsonian has a whole record on it. You can Google it. I jot out a photo letter because I know I try to put one over here. Okay, let me see. But yeah, I'm gonna draw a few so then it kind of sticks out. Yeah, I want to darken this one in, I guess. Kind of give it a silhouette. Are these curses or are they wishes? The bottles, because I know in I think for like Mexican the folklore, like kind of witchcraft, I guess. You'll put the curse, the spell in a bottle and then you bury it or some shit, or you put some object of the individual and then yeah. It is, yeah, right. They're spelled. Maybe we should all do this. All right, tomorrow, grab some object of somebody you don't like, put it in a bottle. That's horrible, right? Imagine going through all the trouble because you hate somebody. I'm like, oh, I need to go collect special dirt because Cynthia really pissed me off today. I'm gonna try to give her warts. So what a life. Or like if you're the shaman, you have to keep dealing with people coming in and going like, look, the spell that you gave me to find true love didn't work. So what is it? Am I ugly? Like, no, you're not ugly. Yeah. Sorry. Oh my god, that. Very spooky. Thank you so much. So I want to kind of end this on a high note because I usually start teetering after this. So I'll be coming back to. I do similar stuff like this. Probably I try to do it like every night if I can around this time. Um, but yeah, you can always throw in a suggestion. I love that. You can throw in a suggestion for next time too, and I can see if I can start one up like that. But yeah, I usually start drawing out whatever ridiculous story I'm ranting about. Um, and tonight I really wanted to do a swamp theme. I'm gonna come back to swamps because I love swamps so much. Please don't turn them into parking lots. But yeah, I'll be coming back and doing another swamp. Hopefully tomorrow. Who knows? But we're gonna carry the Halloween season early this year. Okay, and then and also the Christmas season because I think I'm gonna draw Santa Claus painting or Santa Claus tomorrow. All right, love you all. Thank you all for watching. Please have a good night. Stay away from the. Oh yeah, please do. Around this time, I'll make them public either way, so you don't miss anything. But yeah, I appreciate you, Mr. Andrew, and yeah, if Mr. Verde Vampire is still on here, please be careful with who's smelling what you're doing. But yeah, love you all. Have a good night.